The laughter was cruel, sharp like knives slicing through the quiet hallway of the school. A group of students gathered, their voices echoing in a chorus of mockery. At the center stood Aisha, clutching her torn shirt with trembling hands, her face burning with shame. She had never felt so exposed, not just physically, but emotionally. The world seemed to close in on her, the faces around her blurring as tears welled in her eyes. She had always been quiet, never one to fight back, but today something inside her snapped. It had started earlier that morning when Aisha walked into school wearing her favorite light blue shirt. It wasn't fancy, but it was hers, a gift from her mother, who worked extra shifts just to buy it. She had worn it proudly, hoping it might make her feel a little more confident. But bullies never cared about such things. They spotted weakness like wolves in the wild. The ringleader of the group, Samir, was the kind of boy who thrived on humiliating others. His friends followed him, laughing at his every cruel joke, as if their loyalty depended on how much pain they could cause. He cornered Aisha in the hallway, sneering in front of her friends. "What's this? Did you steal your mom's curtain to wear to school?" His words sent a wave of laughter through the crowd. Aisha's friends tried to step in, but they were pushed aside. Before she could even move away, Samir grabbed her by the collar and yanked, tearing the fabric down the front. The sound of ripping cloth was louder than her pounding heartbeat. Gasps filled the air, followed by cruel chuckles. For a moment, time froze. Her hands instinctively clutched the fabric, her chest tight with humiliation. She could see phones being pulled out, ready to capture her shame and turn it into entertainment. But in that moment, something powerful rose inside her. A flame of anger, of dignity, of every ounce of strength she had kept buried for years. She no longer saw fear, she saw defiance. Aisha's fist clenched. Without a second thought, she swung, her knuckles connecting squarely with Samir's nose. The crack echoed like thunder, silencing the crowd. He stumbled back, clutching his face as blood poured down. The laughter stopped. Shock rippled through the students, their wide eyes fixed on the girl who had always been silent, who had just shattered the unspoken rule, never fight back. For the first time, Aisha stood tall, her torn shirt hanging loosely but her pride stitched tighter than ever. "Don't ever touch me again," she said, her voice steady despite the storm inside her. The crowd didn't laugh this time. Instead, they looked at her with a mix of awe and guilt, but her fight wasn't over. The challenges came quickly. Samir's parents stormed into school, furious that their son had a broken nose. They demanded Aisha be expelled. Rumors spread like wildfire, some praised her bravery, while others whispered she had gone too far. Aisha faced questioning from the principal, her teachers, even her own parents, who struggled between pride and fear for their daughter's future. At night, she lay awake replaying the moment, wondering if she had ruined her life by defending herself. The bullying had left scars that went deeper than skin. She doubted whether people truly saw her strength or if they only saw the violence of that single act. But then something unexpected happened. Students who had once stayed silent came to her side. Her best friend told her how proud she was. Younger students looked at her with admiration, whispering how she gave them courage. A teacher quietly slipped her a note that read, "You did what many of us never dared to do. Never feel ashamed for standing up for yourself." The school eventually ruled that Samir's actions were the cause of the fight. He was suspended for harassment. Aisha was allowed to stay, though she was warned about violence. She didn't regret it, not for a second. What followed was even more powerful. Aisha began to speak out. She joined a student group against bullying, sharing her story not with pride in the punch, but in the courage it took to stop being silent. She told others that strength wasn't about fighting, it was about refusing to let someone strip away your dignity. The torn shirt that once humiliated her became a reminder of the day she found her voice. Years later, she would look back on that moment and realize it wasn't just about breaking a nose. It was about breaking chains, chains of fear, of silence, of letting others define who she was. Her story spread beyond the walls of her school. It became a lesson whispered between students. You are stronger than you think, and sometimes, standing up once can change everything. Aisha's message was clear: bullies feed on silence, but when you rise, when you fight back, not always with fists, but with courage, you inspire others to rise too. And that is how one act of bravery can turn humiliation into hope. In the end, Aisha walked with her head high, no longer the girl who hid in the shadows, but the one who proved that dignity cannot be torn apart.